Yo, what it do, Ghost Nation? It's your boy Ghost. Welcome back to another episode of Ghost Movies. Now, on this episode, I want to talk about WandaVision that just aired. I just watched it. I got off of work. I can't watch it when it comes out at 3 a.m. I just watched it, and all I could say is, wow. Like, incredibly wow. This episode was fantastic. Right out the gate, we start talking about Monica Rambeau. Right out the gate. And these are flashbacks of her. These are flashbacks of the blip. The blip is coming. Everybody's coming back. So she comes back 3 years later. I think it's a 5-year span between the blip and when everybody comes back. It's been 5 years. She comes back about 4 years later, and she's in the hospital. She sees, wow, where did I go? What happened? I'm in a hospital bed. She comes out of the freaking hospital bed, looks for a doctor. She's trying to look for room 104. That's where her mother is, Maria Rambeau. And when she came back, before she started looking for the doctor, when she came back, I loved how we got the conversation between my girl, Captain Marvel, a.k.a. Brie Larson. You know, y'all know I love that movie. I could fight that movie till I die. I love Captain Marvel. And to hear her in her head, she heard the conversation. She remembers the conversation she had with Captain Marvel when she was little, or should I say young, Monica Rambeau. When she was young Monica Rambeau, she heard the conversation that she had with Captain Marvel. And they talking about everything about her flying one day. Hopefully I could be a superhero like you. And she said, and at the end of the last conversation, the last thing she heard of Captain Marvel, Lieutenant Trouble. Oh, that movie is so good. It has heart. It has passion. I'm going to rant on that later. I'm going to talk about that later. I just love that movie so much. That's for another video. Y'all know I'm talking about Marvel right now, so I got to represent for Captain Marvel. Holla at your boy all day long. So when she finally came to, after she heard that conversation, she's going out the room. She's looking for room 104. That's where her mother is, Maria Rambeau. If she finally finds that doctor, and the thing that she remembers where the doctor said, oh, you the one that told my mother's alive. She's cured or whatever. No, your mother passed away 2 years ago, and you disappeared right before that. So I'm sorry, but she has died. Monica is like shocked. Monica can't believe Maria Rambeau can't believe this. So now she goes to Sword headquarters. And when she goes to Sword headquarters, she's trying to, progress with her life or whatever. When she goes to Sword headquarters, she sees her mom's picture on the wall. And it says, Maria Photon Rambeau. I love that. Monica's going to take that name and she's going to become the new Captain Marvel, a.k.a. Photon. She's not going to take on the mantle as Captain Marvel. She's going to use the name Photon. Because Captain Marvel's powers is the photon blast that comes out of her hands. She generates those powers. She could take anything that she gets taken at her as far as energy blast and uses it, create kinetic energy and force it back at you. That's Captain Marvel's powers. Not just flight and super strength. She could take any energy and absorb it. So Monica Rambeau, she has those same powers. Anyway, she finally meets the assistant director of Sword. So you already know who the director is. That is Nick Fury, but people just call him Fury. He's up above, like in the Watchtower Justice League. He's up aboard with Sword headquarters, hovering above the planet Earth. But he also has a base down below, and we see it here in this episode. He has a base. He has an assistant director running that, and we finally see that. Another thing I want to talk about is this dude that we finally meet when Monica gets there. She finally meets an FBI agent because now she's going to go out into the field. But her mom told the assistant director, do not put my daughter in the air. Do not let her go up to like Sword. That's in the air. That's in the universe. That's in the galaxy, I should say. That's right hovering over Earth. Don't let her go up there. Keep her down below. Keep her local. Let her be that neighborhood agent. Be that neighborhood, field worker. Put her in the field, but let her stay on Earth. She's not ready for anything big up there. Lo and behold, she gets powers later on. I like how we get into be able to see all of this. How Monica goes into Wanda's world and becomes Geraldine. We're getting a whole backstory on this, and I love it because I want to know more about Monica Rambeau. What has happened to her since she was with Captain Marvel? What has been going on? I love it. One character I love that when she finally gets into the field, Jimmy Woo, played by Randall Park. Now, if y'all know who Randall Park is, Randall Park played it. He played in that movie with Keanu Reeves. Won't You Be My Maybe? That came out on Netflix, and I loved that movie. It was a rom-com. I watched it. I enjoyed it for what it was. I really, really enjoyed it. It was fantastic. He was great. I forgot the girl's name who played in that. She was great. Now we get to see him be the comic relief in this TV show, this episode. And he was great. He had the seriousness, but I could never take him seriously because all I could think of him as being that deadbeat, boyfriend or whatever in Won't You Be My Maybe. He was just funny in that. And him and Keanu Reeves had that great interaction. But yeah, he was great. He's an FBI agent and he's trying to find out, where is Westview? Westview has 3,000, 4,000 plus population. Where are they? What's going on? How come these two local cops, they're from Eastview, they don't know anything about Westview? The sign is right there. It says Westview. 390 something, 3,900 and something population. That's how many people live there. But it's nowhere to be found. It's like it was blipped out of existence. Like Thanos blipped half the universe. Oh, and another thing, when Monica came back, it reminded me of the blip. It reminded me what Thanos did. He took out half the population. But because Tony Stark snapped his fingers, everybody came back. That's how Monica Rambeau was able to come back. Oh, I love the connection. Endgame with this show, it has so much connection. Wanda with her trauma, Wanda with her PSD, thinking about losing her brother from Ultron, and then Thanos in Avengers. She lost Vision, and he could never get her back. She could never get him back. That's why she wants to stay in this world. Anybody who trespasses in this world, she's gonna blast you out of the freaking world. She took Westview and took it somewhere and became her reality. Crazy. And I loved it because now we get my character from Thor. We get Dr. Darcy Lewis. Kat Dennings is back. And I knew she was going to be in the show, but I wanted to know what was her role going to be. How was she going to use her power, her knowledge of astrophysics and science? How is she going to tap into Wanda? What is her role? Now we get that. Between Jimmy Woo, Agent Jimmy Woo, FBI Agent Jimmy Woo, and freaking Darcy Lewis, she was able to use her astrophysics knowledge to tap into to Wanda's world, to see what's going on. And she watched every sitcom up to this point in this episode, starting from 1950 all the way to 1970. Loved it because she's smart. She and Jane Foster, played by Natalie Portman, they're the smartest scientists who try to crack the world of, okay, science is not just science in Earth, in reality. There's something beyond that. There's magic. And you already know with Thor and everything, magic is just science that we as human beings don't understand. That's what we perceive magic as. It's just science that we don't understand. So I loved how they brought her back in and she just fit right back into the MCU, right back into WandaVision. It's crazy. I miss her character. I'm a big fan of Kat Dennings. I don't care. Yes, I watch Two Broke Girl. I don't care. I watch anything that intrigues me. And if I'm a fan of her, I'm gonna watch it. If I'm a fan of a female character, I'm gonna watch her. Like Brie Larson, I watch everything she's in. Natalie Portman, I watch everything she's in. Everything. Kat Dennings, I seen her two TV shows. She did Dollhouse and she also did Two Broke Girls. Facts. It is what it is. But I love how she was able to use her scientific knowledge to tap into Wanda's sitcom, to Wanda's world. That's what I call it, Wanda's world. I'm gonna call it through this until this whole TV show is done. Loved it. She's so smart. She's smarter than anybody else that was in that bus, in that van or whatever. Because SWORD agents, they recruited her, and she's in the van with like a chemist, engineer, artificial intelligence. She's with all these other people, but her knowledge, she just has more knowledge, and she just look at all these people. Oh, you're a chemist. Okay, nobody cared. And she just played that man so hard because I'm above you. I'm smarter than you. Loved it. And I loved how we finally get to see all these different SWORD agents trying to go in after Monica. Because we get to a scene where Monica Rambeau and Jimmy Woo, she has like a drone that she's trying to put into that world and trying to see, okay, where's everybody going? Maybe my drone could seek them out. Maybe my drone could scope them out. She remote control uses it and it goes off and it was just in front of us. It vanished. Then Monica Rambeau, stupid. Why would you go closer up into that street? Why would you go down the street and you finally see the electrical magnetic force field? She puts her hand in and gets sucked right into Wanda's world. Crazy. What kind of stupid crap is that? Now you're sucked into this world, and now we get to understand why she's Geraldine, how she became Geraldine. But obviously she still has her memory because she actually mentioned Ultron in Wanda's world. So now we get to understand and see that even though she was sucked into that world, she was still just watching Wanda, watching Vision, seeing what they're doing, what's going on. Where have they been since the blip, since everybody came back? Where has been going on? Since everybody came back and Thanos has been defeated, what has Wanda been up to? So I thought my prediction was that it was freaking Nick Fury. He was the one that sent Monica Rambeau. She's all grown up now. She's part of Sword headquarters. I thought it was freaking Nick Fury, but no, she accidentally went into Wanda's world. So I freaking failed that prediction. But it was just good to see how everything connects. That's why I love the MCU so much. They are great at telling stories. And this episode, I mean, yes, it was a slow build up between episode 1, 2, and 3. But this episode, it just hits home. Now we got to see what happened to Geraldine or Monica Rambeau and how we got to see her interaction with Wanda. And now we get to see exactly what Wanda did to push her through that force field again, to push her back into the real world. Oh my God, Wanda is so powerful. I mean, she was always powerful in the comic books, but bruh, she is powerful, man. Powerful. Do not mess with Scarlet Witch. And she's happy in this world with her family, with Vision. They got 2 babies. Come on, bro. I loved it. I love how they bring all of this from the comic books into this. And now I think we're going to get House of M. Because after she pushed Geraldine right through that electrical force field or whatever, out of Wanda's world, you saw the look in her eye. She just looked so angry and so alone. It looked like somebody need to hug her. Give her a hug or something. Bruh. Crazy, man. I love this episode, man. I just love breaking it down. I don't even care. I'm going in because I just love breaking this thing down, y'all. It's so good. So good. So now we get to see that. And when Vision finally entered into the house to ask her what happened to Geraldine, Wanda turns around and we see the dead body of Vision walking and talking. Pale skin, the mind stone is ripped out of his head, and he's talking to her. Where's Geraldine? Where did she go? She had to shake her head and close her eyes, fixate back on him, and then you see Vision in color again. Oh my gosh! All I could see at that moment was with Thanos pulling that stone out of her head. Man, that thing got me. Oh man, pulling that stone out of Vision's head. It's crazy, man. Woo! What an episode. That was a twist right there. And then she said, everything's okay. Let's good to be home. She picks up one of the babies and said, oh, what are we going to watch on TV tonight? And then that was the end of the episode. Man, this episode was better than the third one. I like the third one because it shows how she had the babies. But this episode right here, you already know I love Captain Marvel. It was just good to hear Brie Larson's voice in WandaVision. It just brings me back to that movie, man, because I love Captain Marvel so freaking much. I don't care what anybody says. I don't give a fat. That's my fucking movie. I don't care. It was just good to see these characters from Jimmy Woo to Dr. Darcy Lewis work together and make sure that everything goes copacetic. I love it. I love it. This was fantastic episode, and I just want more. These 1 episodes a week is killing me. But it's all good because I'm telling y'all right now, I'm bringing y'all these episodes. I'm bringing it down. You hear me, Ghost Nation? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode. Have you watched it yet? Now, are you invested in WandaVision? Are you really on board now? Because it was a slow burn. I'm not going to lie. But I enjoyed every episode, but it was still a slow start. But I knew it was going to pick up. And now we're going to get to the nitty gritty. I think this is episode 4. We got 5 more episodes because there's 9 episodes. We got 5 more. I got 5 on it. Yo, and I will be tuning in. Because now my schedule is good where I'm going to be working, but I'll be home on Friday nights. So I could watch this from when it drops Friday morning. And I don't have to rush to get these videos out. Take my time, dissect it, enjoy it, sit in front of the TV and just enjoy it. I work the Thursday night, but I'll be able to get home and I don't have to worry about going back to work Friday night because I'm going to work tonight. But starting next week, I'll be home Friday. I could really, really, sit down and really dissect these episodes. All right, Ghost Nation, I'm about to get up out of here. You already know what to do. Like, subscribe, and share the Ghost movies. And until next time, I'll see you in another video. Peace.